Hi, and welcome to Idle Weekly. Today is the second time I'm featuring Clicker Heroes. Has been a while since the first one, and I have done a serious amount of progress, if I can say so. Now, what is there to say about it? Well, basically my current progress is these upgrades. I should reach this Twin Snakes Gado edition, this ascension, because I was really close last time. I have 29,000 ancient souls here, and I have 8,300 waiting for me for now, but there will be a lot more than that. Also, as you can see, the transcension has lasted for quite a while. I have this is the 38th ascension of this transcension. It can take a while, and well, these are currently my outsiders. Ignore Excel because I haven't respected him yet since I was idle a long time ago. I still haven't respect. But other ones are Chorus level 80, level 360 Fandoris, level 150 Ponyboy, level 69 Borb, level 79 Rakest, level 63 Carigua, 67 Orphalas, and level 30 Senacan. Sorry. Now the interesting thing about this is the scaling zones. Last time these weren't a thing yet, but now they are. And the way I'm trying to balance them, obviously monsters per zone I'm trying to keep at 2. Treasure chest chance and primal chance I both try to keep at 25% minimum. Boss timer I'm trying to keep above 10 seconds. Whenever who was it? Orphalas, right? Yeah. Whenever the boss timer reaches 10 seconds, I add to Orphalas. And every time I add to Orphalas, it's like additional 30 seconds or 25 seconds or something. So it's pretty powerful. Boss health I haven't really looked into in a long time, but I thought that I would keep it below 1000 times if I can. But I won't know until I reach the point where I actually get it to 1000, because it's currently 155 and it keeps increasing very slowly. Treasure chest chance is kinda becoming a problem, because whenever I increase Senacan's level, I only gain like 2% to treasure chest chance. So I feel like eventually it will fall off, and that will become a problem. And the rubies I currently use for autoclickers. That's about it. Also of course at the beginning of each ascension I do one time lapse. And for now that's the 48-hour one, which I can get to 209,000 zones, but it caps at 216,000 I think. But that's what I'm using currently. I prefer playing it that way, that I just use rubies mostly on autoclickers and only one time lapse, or in the future I thought that I might do 50 rupees worth of time lapses. So a 48-hour one and then a 24-hour one on top of that would be my end game, so to speak. Although, as I have read about 1A11, the upcoming patch with 4 new heroes, the planned Ruby Clickables cap removal might make me interested in time-lapsing a little bit more. Just a tiny bit more than currently. Because if the cap is removed, then you can get more than 50 rubies per ascension. Well, you can kinda still get more than 50 by using these. And about these, the mercenary system is problematic in my opinion. The only quest that even gives you anything is the ruby quest. Relics are pointless, unfortunately. It's a great idea, but it doesn't fit with the current balance of the game. Because you scale really high, but the relics aren't even in the same dimension of power. And well, skill quests might help you in a very early game, but really only until by the time you reach about 3 to 4 times the cooldown for the duration of the skills, then that becomes pointless as well. My ones are currently 47,500 seconds, and my golden clicks, as you can see, has 3,753 in its exponent. So it's nice. And that's about it really. These are my ancients currently. I don't need to level Atman anymore. This Transcension Bubos as well. Kronos, Tokoktora, Fortuna. So I have all of these minimized. I sometimes leveled up Cialatas and Nokkardnit, so that I could maybe time-lapse a little bit more. But the way I level Cialatas is basically I take whatever the copy-paste in calculator is for Pluto and then reduce it a bit. So it definitely isn't effective or efficient. But I'm not using a hybrid build, I'm using a purely active build. So I don't really need Cialatas or Nokkardnit at all. But that's what their levels are currently. Libertas I only leveled once during this one Transcension because I wanted to see what happens with time-lapse. Nothing happened. So I stopped leveling it again. But because active is basically idle, then they could maybe change Nokkardnit, Cialatas and Libertas to work somehow with active. Because the way active works, you just put autoclickers on the monsters and the one autoclicker on your best hero and then leave it running in the background. And even without the idle ancients, your idle DPS can be pretty powerful for offline progress as well. It isn't as powerful as an idle build would be, but it is pretty powerful, especially when you reach levels like this. But that's pretty much it. The way Kado and Zeus work is that you level Kado until you get this upgrade. This increases the DPS of Zeus. And then you start leveling, then you re-guild to Zeus and start leveling Zeus until you get this. And then you go back to, because this buffs Kado, you go back to Kado, re-guild to him and start leveling him. And until this, then go back until this, and then go back until this, etc. And this, as you can see, reached level 326,000, and I'm at 313,000. I have 1,200 zones more to go until my previous Ascension's highest zone. So I'll see whether I reach this or not. But I think this is about it. The way you can... one of the most common questions is how you can level ancients easier. It's easy. You just... the tooltip for it will finally be put into the game in the next update. But you press down the V key and then click and you can enter the level. Now you can't do something like 1.76 E5 for example. If you want to do... or what would be a better example? 1.765, because when you look at the levels there are 3 decimals past. You can't do this with a decimal. You can't do 1.7. Instead you can do, for example, if you wanted to put it E5, then you took the dot away from here. Now it just removed the 3, because the 7, 6 and 5 are decimals. So you just remove these from the exponent. And that's how 1.765 E5 would look like when you're leveling ancients manually here. And that's what you can do if you want to level them easier. Especially when you're using a calculator, it makes things really easy. But this has been my progress update for now. I have 29,000 ancient souls and another 8,000 waiting, so about 37,000 or so currently, but I will get a lot more. I will... usually you would transcend when you're out of ancient souls to use on the super outsiders. But the way I transcend is, for now anyway, this transcension. I thought that I won't transcend until I have 600 left. And then I will put those 600 into Ponyboy and Vandoris. And then transcend and get however many I have gained by then. I don't know how far it is because I have a whole 2,000 left, so 1,400 to go. But that's about it. So next time I don't actually know when I would show off my progress in Nightly Weekly for Cracker Heroes. I would probably say maybe tentatively maybe 10 or 20,000 additional ancient souls would be a good point to show this at. But who knows? So thank you very much for watching. Also, if you have any questions that I didn't mention in the video, then let me know and I'll do my best to answer them. And thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.